Good morning. I hope you're well. Let's see, it's the first week of February, which means we have entered our 11th month of this pandemic. This is my 191st post, and Poxitani Phil said there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. And on top of that, I discovered a jar of sauce in my cabinet from 2013. I wonder how many others are lurking in there. I know that's pretty disgusting, but not as bad as this story I read the other day about a guy who in 1999 bought a burger at McDonald's in Logan, Utah. He put it in his coat pocket and then he forgot that it was there. And when his wife found it in the coat in 2013, he decided to store it in a tin from that point on. And recently a reporter persuaded him to take a look at the burger. Other than the pickle, which had disappeared, they concluded that it looked relatively the same after all those years. Imagine that. I'll be thinking about that the next time I get my girls a Happy Meal. But that story got me thinking about when God provided food for the Israelites in the wilderness. Every day, he sent manna with the provision that they only take what they needed for that day. They couldn't even keep it overnight except the extra portion they collected for the Sabbath. Otherwise, unlike McDonald's hamburgers, it would rot. Exodus 16 tells us, so the people of Israel did as they were told. Some gathered a lot, some only a little, but when they measured it out, everyone had just enough. Those who gathered a lot had nothing left over, and those who gathered only a little had enough. Each family had just what it needed. I thought about those words. Each family had just what it needed. Let me ask you, do you believe God gives you just what you need? I mean, it's easy, of course, to believe that when we are doing well. But how about when we're not? How about when we are struggling, afraid, when our faith is weak? See, the Israelites had to believe a new day's supply would be sent to them by God. They had to trust that God would provide just what they needed, just enough. You know, God so wants for us to have all we need, physically, spiritually, emotionally. But here's the catch. We have to trust that he knows better than us what that is, and that he'll come through for us. See, by commanding the Israelites to not collect any more food than they needed for one day, God was asking them to totally rely on his merciful grace, the grace that only comes from him. In fact, doesn't Paul tell us that his grace is sufficient to take care of all we need on any given day? We need to believe that and not panic like we did, for example, when the pandemic hit. Remember how we hoarded all that toilet paper we could carry because, like the Israelites, we too were afraid of running out? Seriously, though, God says, trust me. Don't worry about tomorrow. I'll take care of everything. Just focus on today, just today. And I'll provide for you. Even toilet paper. Simple as that. Now, maybe that's hard for you. I totally understand. Maybe you've been going through a really long wilderness, waiting, praying for help or breakthrough. And maybe you feel like it's been slow in coming, or that you can't see a way out of your current situation. Maybe the needs seem to far outweigh the reality you're living in. Maybe you feel alone in the struggle, the weight of your problems too hard to keep shouldering. Maybe you just lost hope. Whatever it is you're going through, here's the thing I want you to know. Just when the mountains we face and the trials and storms that engulf us seem overwhelmingly impossible to manage, God shows up again with a daily helping of his amazing grace and a fresh batch of heavenly manna and says, trust me, we'll get through this together, today. And I'll be back tomorrow and we'll handle tomorrow then. And every day after that. So hang on. And that, my friends, is the key. To hang on and keep believing, keep trusting, keep moving forward, always keep hoping, because we know hope is that confidence in what we don't see yet but know will come. So today, no matter what is happening, whatever the need, physical, spiritual, financial, emotional, relational, this is what I want you to know and believe. God is passionately in love with you and cares about all the things that concern you. And He is able fully to provide whatever you need. And how do I know that? Because He's El Shaddai, the God of more than enough. So please let that be enough for you. Now, please stay safe. Stay hopeful always. Keep wearing your mask, washing your hands, and find a blessing today. And then have a really great weekend. Know that God loves you, I love you, and I'm praying for you. Now I better go and clean out my cabinets. Who knows what else is lurking in there. Love you guys.